Okay. All right. Hi, my name is Joy Markham. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we are going to be talking to you about some new technology that actually looks like a little Band-Aid and is amazing and gives your body directions for doing some incredible things. What is this and what does it do? Well, it works through phototherapy called photobiomodulation. Inside of our cells, we actually emit light. Our bodies emit light. And what these patches do is they actually bounce back a certain wavelength of light into our body that signals our body to do different things. It gives directions. And it tells our body that it needs to create GHK copper peptide and then makes new regeneration cells to actually help our body in its process of making good cells. And what do? They help us with our energy. They help us with our focus. They help increase our performance and our ability to do different things for longer and at a higher level. And next slide, please. So you may have heard of these two guys, Albert Einstein and Thomas Edison, who actually knew that the future of medicine is frequency, and that doctors would not be prescribing medications for us, that they would actually be starting to focus on prevention so that we would be able to actually live healthier, more full lives, quality of lives. And we're not talking about, treating an illness. We're talking about actually preventing and then also rebuilding our body and resetting our body so that it can become able to heal itself as it was intended. And our body knows and knew when it was incepted how to heal ourselves. And we're just going to reset it, reprogram it, and tell it again how the directions to do that. And that's what these little Band-Aid patches do for us. I want to say that Cami, Tracy, and I, we are not medical providers. We are not going to give you advice on medical things. We are not going to diagnose you. And we recommend that for those things, you actually connect with your doctor. This is just for informational purposes only. And I'm excited that I can share this with you. It's a technology that completely changed my life and utilizes light therapy. So you may be familiar with how light therapy has been evolving through recent time. Infrared saunas, they actually do laser surgery and treatments now. They use light for helping you with your muscles and for regenerating different things. And I wanted to tell you that as we get older, it is harder for our body to heal. And we start to age and we start to show signs of aging. And the reason why this happens is because our stem cells are decreasing, and they're decreasing at a rapid rate. By the time we are 35, we've lost 50%. By the time you're 60, we've lost like 90% of our stem cells' capability of helping us to actually regenerate our cells. And so it's this little patch actually activates those soldiers to actually wake up, makes new ones, and starts the regeneration process again for us. Next slide, please. So this is a wearable light technology, and our body is actually the power source for it. It's reflecting back that wavelength of light that our body emits, and again, signaling the body a set of directions for how to make good pluripotent, well, actually, it signals how to make GHK copper peptide, which then GHK copper peptide, the studies show, actually regenerates our body's own stem cells. Next slide, please. And now we're going to watch a video that's going to tell you some more about it.
Yes, we are. As soon as I can get it to play. Or we're not.
All right. Well, this product has actually been used in the performance world by leaders in different sports and athletes, excuse me. And they actually didn't really want to share a lot about it because when you have something that boosts what you're able to do, you don't want your competitors to know. So it's kind of been a secret. And these are just some of the performers that have utilized them in the past to actually perform at a high level. I'm sure that you would find some of their names recognizable. Tom Brady attributes being able to go as long as he did in the NFL to utilizing the patches. Michael Phelps was wearing them during his Olympic gold, and Serena and Venus Williams wear them, as well as other sports athletes. So some of the things that these can do for you, they actually activate your own body and remind it how to repair itself. So with this, you get pain relief, reduced inflammation, help with wound healing, more energy, better skin, faster recovery when you're exercising or doing different things on a daily basis, better brain power, and we get younger as we're living our lives. There are no chemicals and drugs. It took Tracy 6 weeks to get me to try these little Band-Aids because I wanted to make sure that there was nothing going into my body. I had done a whole bunch of detoxes and I knew how absorbable skin was, and I wasn't going to be putting any chemicals back in my body. So it took her 6 weeks of sending me educational videos and testimonials for me to actually finally say, yes, I'll wear those. And then I had amazing immediate results. And I am so grateful that she gave them to me. There are no drugs in them. There are no chemicals in them. They are simply a lattice work of crystals made up of organic amino acids, salts, and sugars that actually tell our body what to do and how to do it. Remind our body. And I just want to tell you about a website that you can learn more from. It's www.startx39now.com. And there is a plethora of information on this website. You can learn the science behind the patches. You can see testimonials. You can find out different things about wearing them from different people that have medical backgrounds. There is the patents are on this website. There's different forums on this website, all kinds of things and information. And so I highly recommend that you actually go check out the website and utilize it to learn more about what the different patches can do. And then also, if you choose to share it with your friends and your family and other people. So I want to tell you about a study There was a study that they did on cardiovascular age, and they took cardiovascular biomarkers. And what they found when they studied people who were actually utilizing these patches was that after 6 weeks of wearing these patches, their cardiovascular biomarkers actually age reversed by 8 weeks. So literally, when you are wearing these, your body is getting younger, which I think is an amazing thing. So I know that even though my brain has repaired after my traumatic brain injury, I will almost probably for my whole life continue to in some way wear these so that I can continue to have quality of life and continue to be as young and vibrant as I possibly can for as long as I can. Next slide, please. Another study that they did, and this one is really near and dear to my heart. So this was a 77-year-old woman, and they had other study participants as well. And they did brain mapping. So they were checking for inflammation in the brain
load
to find out how you know how hot were their brains, how much inflammation did they have in them. And this lady was having some cognitive difficulties, and as you can see on the session one depiction where it's red, yellow, and blue and green, she had a lot of inflammation in her brain. And then after 3 weeks of wearing the patches, session two, her brain had gone way cold. So you see all that blue in there. And so it had like gone from like a pendulum, from one side to the other. And then session three, you can see how a perfectly balanced brain looks in as far as inflammation is concerned. And she had improved memory and cognition and much better mental acuity after the study was done and the 6 weeks had completed. Next slide, please. They also can help us have better sleep. So when I started wearing these patches, I was needing 9 or 10 hours of sleep a night, and in order to actually function at any level. And if I didn't get the 9 or 10 hours of sleep, I really wasn't able to get out of bed. And after I started wearing these patches almost immediately, I was able to wake up after 7 hours without an alarm and go about my day. And because they gave me such better quality of sleep. So I would wake up and just be like energized and able to work and go about everything. And it was just amazing. This is such a cool thing as showing a lady who this is her younger self and this is her older self and what she looked like at 44 and then at 60. And you can see what happens as we age, how our body deteriorates, our skin loses its collagen and elasticity, and we end up with wrinkles, how we end up with our hair turning gray because it can't hold the color pigmentation. And look at these cells on the right-hand side, how the difference between what a healthy cell looks like and then one that's deteriorating and has lost its coating. This is our dear friend, Marcy. Marcy actually had 3 different types of fast-growing cells, and she was sitting in a recliner not wanting to live when one of her providers gave her 10 of these magic Band-Aids. And now you can see the difference between how she was at that point in time and the progression. And she just looks so vibrant and full of light and energy. And, the first couple of days that she wore the patches, she could feel the chemo coming out of her mouth and the taste. And then by day 10, she had the will to live again, which is quite amazing. This is our friend, Dr. Harmon. You can see on the left-hand picture how he looks like a grandpa, and then he's changed into a young hot dude. He actually had a magical thing with a right branch blockage of his heart that actually cleared. His cardiologist had never heard of that happening before. And you can see the difference in his hair pigmentation. You can see the difference in his skin and just the overall vitality and glow that he has. This is Mandy. Mandy, after a year, you can see the difference with her. And then also, amazingly enough, this can actually help degeneration of your spine and bones and cartilage. That was a year after, uh, or actually, excuse me, 18 months of wearing patches. It's not a quick thing. So if you have any degraded joints or bones or ligaments, I highly recommend that you actually utilize this for that. Here is a lady that had turkey neck, and then you can look and see how that cleared up. Varicose veins. This guy had a birthmark, and then skin blemishes as well. Next slide, please. And you can use these as a facelift. I mean, if you choose to. I mean, look at these pictures, and this person, this gentleman here on the right, actually regrew part of his hair. Next slide, please. They also actually, you can see the age reversal in this on this left side with these women, more age reversal shots, the skin issues with this gentleman here. And then this gentleman on the right-hand side is actually a friend of Cammie's who had been fighting fast-growing cells and had over 20 surgeries. And you can see the difference in his skin that was not healing. He was not able to have, his skin would not heal, and the difference within a few months. They also are good for pets. This is my friend Terry's dog Brutus, who actually was laying on his bed and blind and wasn't able to see. And you can see in the next picture, in a week of wearing the patches, he was able to actually see again. And they're great for other animals. I used them for my cat Kibby when she had cellulitis. And anyway, right now we're gonna, do we have testimonials, Cami? You doing testimonials tonight?
Yes, we do. I'm going to stop sharing and ask Jay to share his experience. Jay, can you unmute yourself?
Hi, Jay.
And where are you, man?
Excited to
I know.
hear.
I just
There you are.
hello
Awesome.
Hi,
everyone. Hey,
Jay.
how are you, Joy? Good to see you.
I'm great. Good to see
Good to
you as well,
see
Jay.
good to see everyone. So I have a history of high blood pressure on my dad's side of the family. Everyone, I'm one of five, four boys and a girl. All of us are on blood pressure medicine. My dad, since he was 50, was on blood pressure medicine and passed away about 5 years ago. So it's always been all of us were just like, okay, we're going to be on this until whenever. So, and then on my mom's side, inflammation, water retention, on her feet. At the end of the day, she would always have to put her feet up. So, I met Cammie at a networking group, and we got to know each other quite well. And she mentioned to me about the patches. I explained to her that I was on high blood pressure medicine and also taking a pill for water retention on my feet. So I was started taking started with the Eon and the X39. And then I'm in sales. So if I don't get quick results, then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Cammie, what are you trying to sell me here? And so I used them for probably about maybe 3 to 4 months. And well, no, it was less than that. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I think probably was a couple months I used them. And then I said, well, this patch thing is not for me. So I stopped using them. And then it was time for my yearly checkup. I went to my doctor's and he said to me, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm still doing the same thing I've been doing, but the only difference was that I was using the patches. And he goes, well, if I were you, I would go back to using those because your A1C is considerably down, and I'm going to have to lower your blood pressure medicine. The last time I was there, he raised it. And then the water pills that I was taking, he also lowered the dose that I was taking. So got back on the patches. now the challenge is to go back in for it was supposed to be the beginning of this year, and you see where we're at now. So I need to go back in and schedule my annual checkup and see where I'm at. But they've done great for me. Also, just recently, my son's one of the top prospects for football here in Washington, and Cammy just recently patched him. He has a labrum tear that he's been nursing, and then also an Achilles, and he just he's been patching now for about 2 or 3 days, and he says, "Dad, this is working. I feel a lot better." So I know Tracy had a friend that also my son had played football against and was healed by the patches. So we're looking forward, not just myself, but also him to hopefully continue on the right path, and they work for him as well. So
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Jay.
Yeah, coming up in the second portion of this call, you'll want to pay attention to the heart rate variability aspect of this, especially for athletes. So
So you may be asking, how much are these and how do I get them? And the answer is the X patches, X39 and X49, retail at $149.95 for a 30-day supply. But we don't want you to pay the $149.95. What we prefer is like the Costco discount rate. That's a wholesale rate for the $99.95 for a 30-day. And the X39, that's the one that we've primarily been talking about. That signals your body to create GHK copper peptide and then tells your pluripotent stem cells to come out of hibernation and actually start working for you again. The X39 actually is the patch that actually healed my brain after my traumatic brain injury. And I had major sensory overwhelm and sensory hangovers for over 5 years, where I wasn't able to drive, I wasn't able to work, I was not able to look at electronics bigger than my phone. And it really significantly limited what I was able to do and the quality of life that I was able to have. And so I highly recommend this one. The X49 actually helps with bone density. It also helps you change fat to muscle faster. It helps with your metabolism, helps with organ function, and also helps with EMF protection. So it puts a Faraday cage around each individual cell to help protect them from the EMFs that we're exposed to. Next slide, please. The support patches, these actually help support the X patches, and the Eon patch actually helps with inflammation. And we suggest that people use the Eon and the X39 when they first start out to begin with. They are kind of the dynamic duo and synergistically work together. The Eon actually helps reduce inflammation. Stem cells actually can be eaten by inflammation. And so in order for them to actually go straight to repair, you want to lower that inflammation with the Eon patch and then actually be able to have your stem cells immediately be able to work. LifeWave, they are a pain blocker patch. They actually are a 2-patch system, and they interrupt the nerve signal between so that the pain is alleviated. And because they're a 2-patch system, it's a 15 times supply. Alavita actually helps our body produce more collagen, and it helps decalcify our pineal gland. It helps us sleep better. It helps support ligament and tendons, and also our casement that we have around our organs. And those can be purchased for $79.95 retail and $49.95 wholesale. So there are a variety of different types of patches, and I'm not going to go into all of the different ones and what they all do. There will be some more potentially later on in this session talking about them, and we'll have a question and answer session later that we can consult and actually help curate a wholesale pack for you. Or you can get back to the person who invited you. The different types of wholesale packages that you can purchase are a core pack, which is available for $295. We recommend this for a single person. There's an advanced pack for $535. That's kind of more for 2 people. And then the premium pack is for if you have a big family, or if you have a lot of friends that you want to share with, or if you're a provider where you're going to be giving these to your clients. That is a great pack for you to choose. We also recommend, because we don't get where we are quickly, and our body doesn't, stop functioning as well quickly. It takes time for it to stop functioning, and it takes time for repair. And so we want to actually be consistent while we're wearing these patches so that they can continue to help us with the repair process and the reverse aging process. Let's just be real. And because of that, we highly recommend that people get on a monthly subscription order for the patches so that they can continue to be consistent. I know I don't remember when a month has gone by, and so I have like my bills auto bill pay, and I set the patches up to just auto ship to me so then I can make sure that I have them when I need them. We actually have something that's coming out soon, hopefully within a few months. Our inventor, David Schmidt, has invented this water machine that actually infuses water into light and has had amazing results in the studies that they're doing. I mean, I've heard of people that had, bones that were fractured healing like within days. And different things. I mean, just amazing testimonials about that. So we actually do these information sessions on the patches every week. We do them Monday and Tuesday nights. Monday night is kind of a quick overview of everything. And then Tuesday night, it's my favorite because we add a deep dive into some other health topic so that we can curate things and actually bring you more information, not just on the patches, but health and wellness as a whole in general. I think it's important for us to actually know our bodies and learn about them. And so I get excited also, every time that I'm making one of the presentations, because I'm learning so that I can teach. And every Wednesday night, Marcy does a Zoom party with her team. Next slide, please. So what do I do? What do I do next? Well, we're going to have a question and answer session right after we're done today. And so you can ask any questions, get them answered, or get back to the person who invited you. Again, X39 and Eon are what I recommend people start with, and then we can curate things to your specific needs for after that. At least 10 days to 2 weeks of that so that you can see how your body is doing with X39 and the Eon. And then, go on from there. Invite your friends, share this with your friends, with your family. I do not know one person that this could not help. And I feel a social responsibility now because of how much it's helped and changed my life to share these with others. And I actually feel guilty if I hear somebody talking and they have some health issue and I don't share with them. The company is amazing. They are not able to actually share all of these things with you themselves because of FDA regulations. They're considered a wellness product, excuse me, under FDA. And so they give us thank you checks to share with you and tell you our testimonials and tell you what they've done for us. So what kind of life do you want to have? What kind of quality of life do you want to have? What does your future look like? So I for myself want to continue to live younger, to be healthier, to have a better quality of life. So harness your light and let it shine. Next slide, please. That's all I got. So now we're open to question and answers. If you want to stop the recording, let's see here. I can do that.
Thank you.